Matthew chapter 11 presents a pivotal moment in Jesus' ministry, highlighting growing questions about his identity and the nature of his kingdom, as well as his strong condemnations of unrepentant cities, concluding with a tender invitation to rest. It contrasts the hardened hearts of some cities with the gentle, humble heart of Jesus. In verses 1 through 6, John the Baptist reaches out to Jesus from prison. John the Baptist sends disciples to ask Jesus, "Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else?" Jesus replies by pointing to his works, healing the blind, lame, and preaching good news to the poor. Jesus tells them that his miracles fulfill messianic prophecies. The key message is that Jesus is affirming he is the Messiah. In verses 7 through 19, Jesus speaks to a crowd about John the Baptist. He praises John as more than a prophet, identifying him as the messenger prophesied to prepare the way for the Messiah. Jesus praises John as the greatest man born of a woman. He confirms that John is the Elijah who was to come. Yet he points out that many people rejected John's strict, austere message as well as Jesus' gentler approach. People criticize both John and Jesus for not fitting their expectations of a prophet. The key message is that the people rejected both John and Jesus. In verses 20 through 24, Jesus criticizes unrepentant cities. He pronounces woes on Chorazin, Bethsaida, and Capernaum, stating that Tyre, Sidon, and Sodom would have repented if they had seen the miracles these cities witnessed. He warns that their judgment will be more severe than that of the notoriously wicked pagan cities because of their greater exposure to divine truth. The key message is judgment will be greater for those that have heard and know the truth. In verse 25 through 30, we have Jesus' invitation to rest. Jesus thanks the Father for revealing truths to the little children, the humble, hiding them from the wise and learned. He offers an invitation. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Jesus describes himself as gentle and humble in heart. He promises that those who take his yoke will find rest for their souls. His yoke is easy, and his burden is light. The key message is that Jesus offers true spiritual relief in contrast to the heavy burden of legalism. There are 5 key themes in Matthew chapter 11. 1. Faith amid doubt. Even John the Baptist wrestled with doubts. Jesus responds with evidence of his ministry. 2. Rejection and judgment. Jesus warns against rejecting God's message, and that judgment will be harsher for those that have seen and know the truth. 3. Humility and revelation. God reveals truth to the humble, not the proud. 4. Invitation to rest. Jesus offers spiritual rest and relief to those burdened by life and religion. 5. Gentle leadership. Jesus contrasts with harsh religious leaders and their legalism by his kindness and humility. Matthew 11 captures the mixed reactions to Jesus, from doubt to praise, from rejection to invitation. Jesus calls people to trust him fully, especially those who feel burdened, offering rest through his gentle and humble leadership. This chapter encourages believers to come to Jesus for peace and renewal, relying on his strength rather than their own efforts. We need to ask ourselves, have I accepted Jesus' invitation for peace and renewal? A life full of grace and mercy, a life of humble service and surrender to the one who suffered and died for me. If not, what is stopping me?